Hi, I'm Sherry Guzman, and I am going to talk about ED 768B. What processes do you use to promote collaborative inquiry and problem solving with your stakeholder groups? As the vice principal, sometimes I don't feel like that's my position to do that. However, what I try to do is I try to meet with parents or community members, student groups, and I try to get their position on something, or if we have upcoming changes, to kind of go over what those changes are going to be and what they would like to see done with them. During COVID, we typically do parent informational nights or parent informational tours or things like that for our incoming students, and we haven't been able to do that. So to fix that issue, I spoke to my principal and we talked about creating a video, and we created videos welcoming our students and parents about at the beginning about distance learning and showing them where everything was on campus. And then when we did come back to a hybrid model, talking with parents, making sure emails were sent, making sure communication was open, making sure Facebook posts were done, just to ease people's minds. And I live in the community, so parents sometimes will just contact me like, hey, my kid is nervous about returning. Could you just give them a tour? And that's not a problem. So I guess when I say I don't know that it's my place, I guess it is. So I do take those steps to make sure that people understand what's happening. I think a lot of this happens at board meetings where problem solving with the stakeholders groups. We just had last week, we had an informational board meeting about the CDC guideline changes and bringing back our 4th and 5th graders, actually TK through 5th in the district, but just 4th and 5th at our site. And giving parents the opportunity to ask questions and giving teachers the opportunity to ask questions. Following that meeting, there were still a lot of questions on campus. So meeting with the teachers and getting their perspective and bringing those ideas back to our superintendent, who's also my coach. Hi, Craig. And problem solving and seeing what will work, because sometimes what you think will work in your head doesn't work in the classroom. And sometimes what we think will work from the office perspective doesn't work. So getting people's say in those different ideas. What steps have you taken or will you take to develop greater public understanding of the education policies and practices? I have taken different steps where I am present at board meetings. I'm learning about different educational policies. Prior to COVID, attending different sessions in person, learning about attendance and behavior policies and expulsion and suspension changes. Recently, I became the homeless and foster youth coordinator for the district, so I've not gone to any in-person trainings, but I've done several online trainings and learning about McKinney-Vento and different policies and conveying those to our staff in the district so we can register students who are considered doubled up or homeless, because the idea of homelessness isn't what we think it is in terms of education, where somebody could be doubled up and still get different services. So I have taken on getting as much education as I can and sitting in on different sessions and learning from different people on how to help in that new role. Describe a personal goal for enhancing community participation in your school and district. When COVID is over, I'm really hopeful that we can all get together and still have some parent nights or coffee with the principal. I don't drink coffee, but I can have some water with parents and our principal and just sit down with parents if they have questions. A lot of people feel that their student is behind, but our response is behind who? everybody is in the same boat. So our teachers have been teaching, and we know that they have been doing a great job in getting that instruction out to our kids, even though it might be through distance learning or it might be in a hybrid model. So my goal would be to have open lines of communication, but having those in-person opportunities, maybe a math night, maybe a night where new parents can come over and get information, or tour or something like that. So that would be a personal goal of mine, is to get some face-to-face time with our parents again after this is all over.